Welcome back to CTV News. Time now for a look at the Maritime weather forecast. Certainly a wet night across the Maritimes. And taking a look at our satellite radar composite, it's pretty obvious why. The green here, precipitation, rain, and lots of it making its way right across all of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. If you can make those two provinces out under all of that. New Brunswick as well, pretty much being a Gulf with the same system of rain at this hour. Could expect some snow overnight too for a lot of us in New Brunswick. Let's take a look at that now. So let's talk about the rain because that's what's going to happen first. Rainfall warning still in effect at this hour for Prince Edward Island, southeastern corner of New Brunswick, as well as entire portion of mainland Nova Scotia. So for mainland Nova Scotia, 20 to 30 millimeters of rain falling overnight tonight, about 5 millimeters of rain in Sydney, Camp, upwards of 25 millimeters of rain. Well, you'll see a Lusowet wind warning still in effect in the pink here. So for the Highlands, winds gusting upwards of about 120 kilometers an hour at some points. 10 to 20 millimeters of rain falling across Prince Edward Island. Similar story in Moncton and St. John. For Fredericton, not as much rain, about 10 to 15 millimeters, still lots though, and not as much rain for the northern portion of New Brunswick, but here's where things are going to get messy. In the white, snowfall warning expanding from the southwestern corner of New Brunswick throughout the central portion of the province up into Bathurst and the northeastern corner of New Brunswick. So snowfall warning in effect overnight tonight. Leading into tomorrow, we'll see a bit of rain and then some snow beginning to fall afterwards. About 5 to 10 centimeters for some areas. Miramichi will get the most, though, about 15 centimeters of snow overnight tonight. Just a couple falling in the Campbellton area and just some flurries for Edmundston tonight. -3 your overnight low in Edmundston, -2 for Campbellton. Warmer throughout the southern portion of the province. Look at this, though, 10 degrees your overnight low across Prince Edward Island, 13 for eastern Nova Scotia as well as in Sydney, and winds gusty as well across mainland Nova Scotia. Not as strong across Prince Edward Island and New Brunswick, but for Nova Scotia overnight tonight, winds gusting out of the southeast 40 to 60 kilometers an hour, so breezy night across Nova Scotia. Let's take a look at what's in store for New Brunswick tomorrow. So rain, snowfall, lots of it for some areas. Edmundston getting off pretty easy, a couple centimeters of snow there. Campbellton, 5 to 10 centimeters of snow expected. But for Bathurst, Miramichi, Fredericton, areas shaded in white here, looking at probably about 10 to 15 centimeters of snow tomorrow. Moncton and St. John will see mostly rain, 50 millimeters tomorrow. That could change over to ice pellets by tomorrow afternoon. Grand Manan, 20 millimeters of rain to start your day tomorrow, and then about 5 to 10 centimeters of snow by tomorrow afternoon. -3 your daytime high in Edmundston, -2 for Campbellton as well as Bathurst, -1 in Miramichi. Sitting at the freezing point for most of New Brunswick tomorrow, 2 degrees your hot spot in Grand Manan in New Brunswick tomorrow. For Prince Edward Island, 6 degrees for the western side of the island, 14 degrees for the eastern side of things, 30 to 40 millimeters of rain across the province tomorrow. But for the western portion of the province, you could see some snow by tomorrow evening, just a chance of flurries for the eastern half of the island tomorrow. Very gusty day once again, winds out of the north 40 to 60 kilometers an hour, picking up by the afternoon hours. Let's take a look at eastern Nova Scotia now. For Camp, Sydney, Port Hawkesbury, very strong winds in and around Camp, where we see the pink, the Lusowet wind warning, upwards of 120 kilometers an hour. Your gusts will be upwards of 80 for Sydney and Port Hawkesbury, and for mainland Nova Scotia, 40 to 70 kilometers an hour out of the south. Just a chance of showers across Cape Breton tomorrow, so getting off much easier than the rest of eastern mainland Nova Scotia and Ignatia, New Glasgow. 20 millimeters of rain expected, upwards of 50 for Truro as well as Sheet Harbour. But Amherst, you're really going to get bombarded. 70 to 90 millimeters of rain tomorrow, and just a daytime high of 6 degrees for Amherst. Western Nova Scotia, pretty rough here as well, 40 to 50 millimeters of rain for the most part. Winds out of the north along the southwestern tip of Nova Scotia, expanding into the valley, 30 to 50 kilometers an hour out of the north. Those winds will be out of the south for the rest of western Nova Scotia, 40 to 70 kilometers an hour out of the south. Let's take a look at your 5-day forecast for New Brunswick now. So once we get past Monday's mess, things looking pretty nice, and I think we deserve it after this weekend. Tuesday, mainly sunny skies. That'll continue throughout Wednesday and Thursday. Temperatures below the freezing point Tuesday and Wednesday. Really warming up Thursday to the 7 degrees. Even warmer on Friday, 9 degrees and cloudy skies. For Nova Scotia now, pretty similar story. Things looking rather nice right throughout the work week after we get by Monday. Mainly sunny skies back to back to back. And then on Friday, things really warming up. A high of 12 degrees and partly sunny skies to round out your work week. And finally, for Prince Edward Island now, partly sunny skies Tuesday, a high of 0. Mainly sunny skies Wednesday and Thursday, warming up to 5 degrees by Thursday. Cloudy skies on your Friday and a high of 9 degrees.